Starburst Legendary Looms, and welcome back to another Rainbow Loom tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Starburst Bracelet, which looks like it is an intermediate bracelet. You're going to be needing a border color, and for this I'm going to be using white rubber bands. You're also going to be needing the color of the burst. You can use multiple colors, but I'm just going to use this lime color. You will also need one C-clip and a hook, and obviously loom, because how else would you make the bracelet? And let's get on to the tutorial. So first we're going to be making a border. So I'm going to be using white, and we're just going to be putting it up the loom. Here, you can see it in here. Up the loom like this, and you will start off with putting a band up. Here. It's kind of hard to see since it's white, but you get the idea. So you're just gonna put it up the loom, and for me it helps to push it down as I go. Yeah. Okay, so I made it to the top of this side, and we're going to do the exact same thing, but on this side, the other side. So we're just gonna start off by putting this one here, and make sure to push it down also. And just doing the same thing. So now we made it to the top, but you're gonna take the band, and you're gonna move it to the middle, I guess you would say. And now we're gonna go onto the burst. So we're going to take the color that we want to use for the burst. And the bursts are not as edible, by the way. They're just made out of bands. So we're gonna do it in a clockwise way. So we're gonna start by going to the top right of the clock. Yes, so I'll show you, and then oops, wrong way. And then I'm gonna go down. Then down again. And then up, and then I hope you get the idea that we're going clockwise, like I said, yeah, I guess. So then you have completed the first burst, and I'm going to show you it again. So we're going to go to the top, and I recommend pushing them down, just like you did with the border. Pushing that. Go to the bottom, other side, the top, and then lastly to the top. And then you're going to keep completing until you get to the top, which is a total of 6 bursts. So I'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, and I just finished the bursts. And some people, they might like to put a cap band in the middle of the burst, but they're pretty much useless in this bracelet. But we are going to flip it around so we can begin the hooking process. But before we do that, we're going to get a band so we can do the cap band at the right here. So I'm just going to, well, if you don't know how to make a cap band, you take the band, make a 8, and then you close it, and then I'll put it on this peg in the back. Well, it's not the front, but yeah, okay. So to begin the hooking process, we're gonna go in the cap band, and we're gonna take the first burst, the last burst that we placed, the last burst band, and we're gonna put it right here. Hook it, I guess, and then we're going to do the next one, which was the second to last one we placed. So we're basically hooking them backwards than the way we placed them, if that makes any sense. So whatever one is at the top, that's the one you're going to hook. So we just finished the first burst. And when you have the cap band, it's a little hard to find the band, and it's not very necessary, and just makes it harder. So we're gonna keep hooking the burst, and I'll show you one more time. So you hook this one like you're doing a single chain, and you go forward, then you go to the one that's on the top. Oops. Gonna do that. Do the next one. Do the next one. Oops. And then the last one. And we're just gonna keep going forward until we finished hooking all the bursts. Okay, so I just finished hooking all the bursts, which didn't take that long at all. And now we are going to be moving on to the white border, or in my case it's white, but it might not be for you. So we're gonna go under the cap band. We're gonna take the top white band and we're gonna hook it over here. And then if you want, you can do the next side and do it like in order. Well, not like really in order, but then you go the left side, then the right side, then the left side, then the right side. But I like doing it one row at a time. It's just what I like to do, but you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. Then we're gonna go under all of these bands and hook the white, or the bottom band. And okay, so I finished with the left side. And now I'm gonna move on to the right, and we just do the same exact thing as we did, but we're gonna start off by hooking to this side. We're not gonna go back to this side because that makes no sense. So basically we're done with this. We just need to make the extension. Unless you have a very, 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 very small wrist. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our hook through the first peg, and we're gonna take the color we want our extension to be, and we're gonna put it on the hook. And you can hold on to it with your hand, and you're gonna pull the band through. Takes a couple tries usually, but I did it on the first try. And then it'll be like a single chain, I guess. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it so it's on the thick part of the hook. And then I'm just gonna pull it off, and you can pull it off because it's not very tense and it won't break. I thought it broke, but it didn't. So this is what it looks like without the extension. And like I said, if you have a very small wrist, then you can put the C-clip here at the bottom and then just connect it. But since my wrist is bigger than that, I'm going to make an extension. So we're going to make an extension. And for my wrist, I usually make my 9 bands just so I don't have to like stretch it or anything. Because when it's stretched, it just kind of feels uncomfortable. So you can make it however big your wrist is or how small, whatever. But I'm going to make mine 9. And then at the last peg, we're going to flip it. And then we're going to put the bracelet on top of it. So we're going to put it on the last rubber band, and we're just going to hook it like a single chain. And I'm sure you know how to do a single chain. If you don't, then you can look up a tutorial for that. But even if you don't, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just make a straight line and hook the bottom bands. And yeah, so now we're going to take the C-clip, or S-clip, but I prefer C-clip. And we're going to put it on the bottom, or front, I don't really know what that would be called, and pull it off. And there you have it. You just need to close it up, which is very easy to do. You just, oops, the band fell off. Okay. You just need to take this part in, kind of, oops, get it on the C-clip. And then there you have your very own Starburst bracelet. and it looks very good. And here's the other Starburst bracelet that I have, and I think it turned out great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and